Hey everyone, Joe up here with another video for Fantasy Life Online. In this video we're going to be covering some of the multiplayer modes that you can do in this game, which are really the flagship content when you sort of hit the end game. So we're going to hit the button here, and there are three, main multiplayer quests that you can do. One is to do with the toppling of big bosses, so it gives you a level requirement and a couple of objectives. So for example, it will say, this one I think is mine all the rocks, have a magic user in your party and make sure no one faints, but otherwise you just sort of work through it. That's the default one, so I think this one's the one that most people sort of do once and forget. The second one under is the field quest, which if you watch the single player video I did, it's basically the field mode you can sort of wander around indefinitely like you would in normal fantasy life. The difference here being that some areas have like quite high level monsters. So for example, in this area, you have a level 45 guy who drops his gear. You have a big tree that you might want people to come help you chop down. So for the stuff that you can't really rely on AIs to do, you can sort of open the gates and get people to come in and help you with. But for this video, I want to focus on the Maruchi Ibento, or the multiplayer event, which cycles every couple of weeks. If you watched a couple of the other videos I did, we had the Yokai Watch gear from the Yokai Watch event. They usually do it in the first half, second half. And yeah, basically the way this works is it'll give you a bunch of bonuses that you get for doing the event over and over again with a cap of like 30,000, and then it will feed you an event specific currency which you can use to sort of unlock, I guess, gear and like EXP items and stuff like that. But let's get stuck into it. One really cool thing about this version, or this mode I should say, is it says it requires 40 stamina to play. It only requires 40 stamina if you're hosting. So you can see here, I can join this room. And am I the right job? No, I'm not. I better go change jobs real quick. Yeah, so they kicked me. Oh no, they didn't kick me. It's a level 60 event, so I better change. So yeah, it's doesn't require any stamina to join, but if you host, it will give you an additional drop at the end of the mission. So I recorded all these videos in bulk, so I'm sort of out of stamina, but yeah, we might just jump into someone's room if we can get in. Oh, we did. And it'll give you like a drop bonus, so I can turn this thing on. Did it work? Yeah, it did. And already up. And then the classic, please carry me to victory person who got the role of this dungeon. Basically, whatever new character they've just implemented always has the weakness for the event. And if you have that character, you can carry everyone through the event. And if you don't, you're really relying on them unless you happen to have that element. And I think it's Poison, this one. And they might have just introduced it for this event. I know the character I brought in with me, the Yokai Watch character, I got them during the Yokai Watch event, and I could just sort of roll through with that. But yeah, basically it's a bunch of clear everyone and move through. One of the side quests you get in this one is like, cut down all the trees. But because this event's been going on for nearly 2 weeks, basically everyone except me has got it. So yeah, you can see this person's AFK. Yeah, so walk through, beat up on everyone, walk through, beat up on everyone. Eventually you'll get the boss. So let's see, if I go over here and start cutting down the tree, are they going to come help me? No, they're not. They're like, I've had enough. We've been doing this quest every day for 2 weeks, buddy. Where have you been? You want to cut down the trees? You can do it on your own time. So yeah, I don't think that mission's going to be done. Although look, let's just try one more. Yeah, no, they're not interested. Are they? Oh, what are they doing? Are they going to help? No. Oh, they're going to help! Look at this, everybody. The human spirit coming together live in front of our very eyes. Except I bet you that person's going to zone before we can finish it. So you have minimal communication, so let's start the next tree. And we're going to go in, and we're going to say thank you. Where's thank you? There we go. Thank you! Yeah, so he's just like, can you guys hurry up? That guy ahead is just trying to clear. He doesn't care about the trees. But this guy is like, he's being nice. So this map is identical to the first half as well, but it's obviously much harder, and you'll see the boss room sort of once we get through. So this poor guy. So we've got one person who left, one person is really trying to finish this quest, and then this beautiful soul who really wants to help me get my mission. So we got in time. We got back just in time to hit the boss. What? Oh, he's not close to dead. We can do some damage. We're going to be absolutely useless during the boss fight. But there you go. So we're through. Where's he running? Yeah, look, this guy is wasting no time. He's run this mission about 5,700 times today, and he just wants to get it done another time. You can see it's a little bit laggier as well, probably accounting for the fact that 3 people are in the room. Oh, is he going to help? Is he going to help? Where's my mate on the trees? Are we splitting up? Maybe he's given up. Don't worry. If you think we're missing out on the boss fight, this boss fight's going to take a while. There are 3 of us. So you just enjoy this hot tree cutting action with a job that's not actually meant to cut down trees. Okay, he's almost dead. And I need stamina. There you go, he healed himself. I wonder if we just coordinated the tree cutting, we could go back to doing 0 damage on that boss in no time. But yeah, it's like the one dude, the really impatient guy is like stuck beating up on the boss himself, and we're just sitting here cutting down trees. I love that that's an objective, because it's just like, it really just tests who's got the patience for it and who doesn't. I usually stop and help, but I also don't begrudge anyone who doesn't. Alright, just make sure we use the charge shot. Alright, let's say thank you, because we're nice. And let's go beat up on the boss. Oh no. Level 2, yeah, so that's the that's like the cheat button. It's like the ultimate ability of the guy who has the best ability with the boss of this mission. So there you go. I don't even know where to stand. It doesn't usually lag quite this much. A part of that's probably because I'm screen recording as well. But yeah, we got the 2 bosses. Still a bit of charging. But yeah, you can see it's a little bit more basic than, or a little bit less basic than some of the other modes. You know, I do have to kite around the area of effect at least. And let's use our ulti, our tension. And we did about 2 auto attacks worth of damage of that guy who got the 10 roll. Look at him, he's got the purple, and he's like laying some purple into him. And we're just not really contributing at all. Which is sort of the problem with this mode. It's just like, if you don't have the right gear and you want to try and do the harder dungeons, even though I'm 10 levels above the recommended cap, I'm just not doing much. Whereas he's just absolutely laying waste. I think, you know, the last event we did, the Yokai Watch one, was so broken that you'd finish it in like 15 seconds, and they might have tried to overcompensate with this one because it's like they've got 2 bosses in it, and you know, whatever. It's cool that at least you have to play, so you're not just farming for the sake of farming. Well, I mean, maybe you are farming for the sake of farming, but at least you're required to participate. Because, you know, one of the hallmarks of a lot of gacha games is paying your way out of not playing. So like auto attacks, or, you know, paying the premium currency to skip X, Y, and Z. So, I don't know, it's cool that at least the instances are trying. You can see me kiting my way out of all the sorts of different circles on the floor that are trying to hurt you. So that's my light blade, which actually might have just whiffed entirely, but if it hit, it probably would have done lots. Alright, let's heal. So you get 7 slots. I probably got an 8. We'd probably get an 8th if I finished the story mode, but at this point in time I've only got 7. And then each item has a certain cap, so if you have like a really big item, it might only let you carry, you know, 5 or 10 of those or whatever. And then you say, Otsukare-sama, or mata ne, like let's do it again sometime. And yeah, 6 minutes and 8 seconds, but we only had 3 people. And then it will basically rank you on the amount of damage. Oh wow, the person who had the banner dude didn't do all the damage, it was this person, but cool. So then you get a bit of money, a bit of experience. They're your normal drops. And then, yeah, so I got that rare one because of like some cooldown thing they give you. It says it's sugoi, and it looks pretty sugoi. It says cho rare, so very rare. And then we got 6 of those coins that we can use to trade stuff in from before. And anyway, we got the quest for getting the trees chopping down, but that's a one-time thing. And then yeah, because we had people in the party, it gets us closer to that 30k. And that's my next bonus. And that's basically it. This is probably the main mode that you spend your time in once you finish the single player story and you're sort of farming to get your jobs up to the maximum rank. And it's alright. Depending on the banner, it could be a decent event. This one's alright. It takes a bit of time, but at least you're actually doing things. And yeah, that just about covers all the modes in this game that require actual playing. We'll do one final video on the mini games associated with like cooking and alchemy and all that sort of stuff, but that gives you an idea of like what the actual playing component part is. So maybe for the last video we'll talk about the mini games that have come over from the 3DS version. And like I always say, if you like what we do, leave us a follow, maybe drop a comment if you'd like to see another video on a different type of iOS game, or a JP only game from console for that matter. I'm happy to dip into that. But otherwise, thanks for watching and we'll see you at the next video.